Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Want to learn more? Explore our engineering courses on our website. Link in the description. Hello and welcome everyone. Very happy that we are all together again. In this tutorial we will continue illustrating some basics related to handling the project to get it ready for starting our design. First of all, suppose that we need to insert some diffusers into our ceiling, for example. And to do so logically, we need to select the ceiling that we will work on. So let's select, for example, the ceiling. And let's zoom out a little bit. Here, this is a ceiling under the HVAC system. And you can see this ceiling consists of many square shapes like those ones. And those square shapes represented the suspended ceiling that we have to fix the diffusers on it. And above this suspended ceiling, there will be the HVAC ducts and the fan coil units, for example. And this is exactly as we learned in the part 1 of our HVAC course. So this suspended ceiling lays under the main ceiling with a standard distance that may be about 40 centimeter, 60 or 80 centimeter, and so on. And to explore that ceiling in more details, we can easily take a section from that drawing to see it from the elevation side of view. So to make a section, we easily go to this tab here, which is the section button, and we press on it. And then you can see we can start making our section, for example, from that point. And the section starts for us, and we can extend it to the last point here to make a section, and then we press another left click. So by that way we have made a section across our building or across our plan. So the section will show us a vertical slice from the building that has the upper view, and to show that slice we can go to that rectangle here and press a double click into it. So this is our section for the building that we have made, or for the floor that we have. And here you can see this is level 2 and this is its floor here, but you can tell me that this is the first ceiling, so why I call it the second floor? So for the Revit software, what is considered to be a ceiling is the suspended ceiling that you have created only, while for the concrete ceiling like this one here, the program supposes it to be the floor or the ground for the next floor or for the second floor. So it's not the ceiling for the first floor, but is the floor of the second floor. And also we can see our building from another view. So when we go to the elevation, for example, from that east direction, here we will find that this is a more general view of our building. You can see level 1 here represents the base or the floor for the first floor we have. So this is the concrete floor for the first floor we have. And you can see this is the second floor we have, or it's the floor for the second floor. So this concrete represents the floor for the first floor, and this concrete ceiling represents the ceiling for the first floor. And you can see we have the suspended ceiling here for the first floor. So that is what will be considered as the ceiling, as it's a suspended ceiling and it lays on a position from the main concrete ceiling or from the second floor that we have here. And this is our section that we have made. So when going out a little bit, we will find that this is level 2 here, which is the level at the upper concrete we have, and this is level 1 here, which is the level for the down concrete we have for the first floor. So when going to our suspended ceiling, we will find that, as we said, this line represents our ceiling, which means that any HVAC system that will be inserted between the borders of that concrete ceiling and that suspended ceiling. But as we said, the suspended ceiling has some levels of installation, so we need to know what is the level of installation of that ceiling we have here. And to do so, we easily press on that measure tab here, and it asks us if we need to save, so we don't need to save now. And then we will start measuring from that point, which is the lower level for the concrete ceiling or for the second floor, and we will end up at that point here. So you can see it says that the suspended ceiling is on about 800 millimeter, which means that it's about 80 centimeter. So this means any diffuser or any air terminal will be installed on that suspended ceiling will be installed on a level of 80 centimeter down the main ceiling. But an important note here is that you may notice that we have two levels here for that suspended ceiling. So those two lines represents the suspended ceiling that we have, and this means the suspended ceiling itself has a thickness, which is this one here. So this is the thickness of the suspended ceiling we have. And when inserting the air terminal, for example, it must be aligned with the lower surface of the suspended ceiling. So any air terminal we have must be aligned with that down line here, not the upper line. And this is because the air terminal will be at the same position of the surface of the ceiling, not higher than it or not higher than the surface of the suspended ceiling. And we can measure the thickness of that ceiling here by pressing a left click on this upper thickness, and by pressing another left click to end our measurement, we will find that it's about 52 millimeter. So this means that the suspended ceiling itself has a thickness. And also we can measure another length, which is the length from that suspended ceiling to the down concrete floor here. So we press a left click on that ceiling here, and we press another left click on this down concrete ceiling, and here we can find that its length is about 2499 millimeter, which is about 2.4 meter or 2.5 meter. So that's about the position of the suspended ceiling from the upper floor here, or from the main upper concrete ceiling, and its thickness itself. And you can notice also that when we press on that tab here, the thickness of the lines has been decreased, and when we press into it again, so the thickness of the lines has been increased. So it's up to you to express your drawing well. Very good. Now let's go back to our plan that we were working on, which is this first ceiling. And here let's zoom out. And now we can delete this section, so we don't need this section now. Here we press on it, and then we press delete, and then OK. And the next step now is to insert our diffuser. So to insert an air terminal, we easily go to the System tab, and then we press on the Air Terminal tab. So you can note by that way we can insert an air terminal by pressing a left click. But the problem that you may face now is that although I have inserted exactly a diffuser or an air terminal, but it doesn't appear on the layout or on that plan we have. And there is a warning here that says that the inserted element is hidden. So that's because the vertical position of the diffuser itself is not within the suspended ceiling range. But when we go to the position at which we have inserted the diffuser, when we go to the properties of our diffuser, we will find that the offset distance here is only about 20 centimeter. And this offset is the position of the diffuser with respect to the ground level. For example, if we inserted it to be about 2900 millimeter, and when we go back to our plan, we will find that exactly the diffuser has been inserted, so we can insert our diffuser at that position, for example, or at any position we have, and we will find that the diffuser exactly appears for us. So if we need to check the diffuser position at the elevation plan, we can go to the project browser and then go to the S elevation again, and here we find that the second diffuser has been inserted exactly, but you can notice it has been inserted with an offset with respect to the suspended ceiling we have, so it hasn't been aligned exactly at the surface of the suspended ceiling. But you know, we need the diffuser to be aligned sharply with the suspended ceiling surface, and to do so easily, we make the offset of the diffuser we have to be the same value or to be the same height of the suspended ceiling from the ground. So if we go down, we will find that this is the first diffuser which we have inserted. Now let's delete it, and then we start measuring from the same measuring tab, and we will start from the same level, which is the ground level, and then to the first point or the first surface of the suspended ceiling. And here we find that the distance that we need to insert the diffuser at which, or the offset distance, is about 2795 millimeter. And for that, we go to the same ceiling or the same plan that we have, and then we select our diffuser and go to its properties, and then we change it from 2900 to 2795, and then we press OK. So when we go back to the is elevation to check our process, here we go back and then choose the is elevation. So we find that exactly we have managed to make the diffuser to be sharply aligned with the lower surface of our suspended ceiling we have. So that's about the diffuser vertical position, and on the next tutorial we will continue our tips related to the HVAC layout design. Hope that's clear right now. Thank you for watching and see you next tutorials. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Want to learn more? Explore our engineering courses on our website. Link in the description.